Ladies and gentlemen, my name is TotalBiscuit. I'm here to ask and answer one simple question. WTF is Dead Horde? Dead Horde is by a company called DNS Development. Funnily enough, they've been around for quite some time. They're responsible for games like Boost the Trooper, as well as Twin Sector. They also have been involved in doing ports for ages. They actually helped port Shogo to the Mac. And Shogo Mobile Armor Divisions, that's quite an old game, so they have been around for some time. They've now created a zombie shooter style game. Apparently it also has 2-player co-op, it's got vehicles, it's got upgradable weapons and things like that, and yes, while it is yet another zombie game, I'm willing to give it a fair shot. So, I would suggest that we do just that. We're going to start off the campaign. Normal sounds like a good idea for the time being. For some reason, the interface has a lot of this weird clicking where you just keep clicking on it and it'll actually cycle through. It's not the worst thing in the world, it's just a little bit odd when I first found it with the way that the sound worked on, say, the menu. You had to click it repeatedly to get where you wanted it to go as opposed to having a slider. Again, it's not a huge deal, it's just odd. So, we'll see whether or not this game can actually cut the mustard. There are a lot of zombie games on the market at the moment, so there is a huge, absolutely huge amount of competition in this regard. The storyline is, as far as I'm concerned, completely freaking irrelevant. Okay, so this is what you would call a... Actually, I suppose it's kind of a twin-stick shooter style, but obviously it's designed for PC, so you're moving around with WAS and D. That allows you to shoot. There we go. Okay, I have inexplicably infinite ammo with this. This is an M4 and M16. I can't really tell one way or the other. I'm not that much of a gun nut. Never mind. Aside from that, it's your pretty standard shooter affair. So as to how enjoyable it will really be, I suppose it really depends on how good the shooting is. It's kind of vital, honestly. Get back. Thank you. Well, thus far it seems to be fairly solid, honestly. I don't have any real issues with it. It'd be nice to get a weapon that wasn't this one. And you can also go into sort of a diving roll, by the looks of it, by hitting space. My god, there's a lot of dudes here. Yeah, hitting double space seems to send you propelling forward. So, this is very much like a game that I have done a WTF Is on before. It goes by the name of Nation Red, which of course was very much like a game called Crimson Land. Yes, Nation Red, Crimson Land, not a coincidence. Admittedly, I still think that Nation Red is the better game. Some people will disagree with me. This actually has an element of 3 dimensions in it. You can actually get up into a building and shoot down from here. That's very cool. I haven't seen an awful lot of that in twin-stick shooters that, while looking 3D, effectively act like they are 2-dimensional. In this case, they're not, and it would seem that zombies are really bad at stairs, so there you go. And there is some music in the background as well, which actually seems to be fairly reasonable. Doesn't have the really great metal tracks that were backing up Nation Red. I would like to know how I got... Wow, okay, I just catapulted myself off there, and now I'm probably going to die horribly. Oh, Jesus, oh, Jesus. Yeah, so that dash thing also appears to be part of a stamina meter. So when you press that twice, it ends up triggering your stamina meter, and it has to then recharge. Yay, Steam achievements! Just what I always wanted. Okay. And thus far, I'm not finding a huge amount of things to complain about in this game. I mean, the movement's a bit stiff, I suppose, but then again, that's very, very common in dual-stick shooters like this, because really nobody walks like this. It's really, really hard to represent properly. Ah, medkits. How very, very helpful that is. And as I said, this game seems to be based around a campaign setting, and supposedly it has all sorts of really neat things like vehicles, and those vehicles can be driven around in co-op. Now, I am very curious to know where exactly everyone is. I'm also very curious to know why this M4, when it has 16 shots, pretty sure those things use 30-round clips. Also uses the physics engine, as you can see right there. You can actually poke things over if you so desire. Now, apparently I can only leave when this area is clear. I'm not seeing any zombies at all. They don't seem to be attracted to my wonderful flashlight, so I wonder where they happen to be hiding. Dig around this way before. Yes, I get the idea. You told me the first time. Not really convinced by this whole gate will open when area is clear nonsense, when in reality, if you're gonna create a sort of survival horror twin-stick shooter, that kind of contrivance is irritating. I mean, who is opening this gate? Probably nobody, I would think. I would imagine that that's... Whoa, okay, I think I found the last remaining frickin' zombie. There we go, I am now allowed through the gate. I have no idea who let me through, or if indeed there was anyone that did so, but we'll go with it. I do want to see what other weapons this game has to offer, because obviously giving you the basic carbine is neat, but unless you give people the opportunity to upgrade frequently, then this shooting can get rather boring. I mean, the shooting for the most part is pretty solid. It's got a reasonable amount of kick. I like the feedback to it. It's on the level of things like Zombie Shooter and, of course, Alien Shooter, which do extremely well at this particular genre. They're very good at what they do. They know exactly what's going on. These zombies move a little bit quick for my liking, I have to say. Prefer more zombies than having them be slightly slower. Weird bit of frame lag there for whatever reason. Kite the zombies, and I'm actually taking damage here, which is not ideal. There's more dudes here too. Yeah, the fact that the zombies seem to move slightly faster than you do when you're backtracking or strafing is not helpful, to say the least. And I've taken some fairly significant damage thus far, so... This is not an easy game. I mean, this is the first level. I would have expected it to be perhaps a little bit nicer to you, but it's okay. It's got checkpoints, so there we go. Let's reload this weapon. I haven't tried a grenade just yet. Okay. Aha, a very conveniently placed weapon shop. Right, so there we go. Your most used weapon. Upgrade this one as much as possible. A nice tip. So that is what? Damage, fire, well, frequency I assume means fire speed, and then you've got grenades, which evidently cost an absolute bloody fortune to upgrade. Okay, so we shall, yes, we shall upgrade the damage. Ah, generic clinking noise, wonderful. +5 to the clip, thank you very much. And it would be nice if I could increase the total ammo, but I'm 100 gold short, great. I'm not actually sure where I get gold from exactly. Let's reload this. And there we go, we have a 21-round clip this time around. Very, very nice. We need to find some zombies to kill so I can get some more gold. I don't know exactly why the zombies are carrying gold, but I'm not going to complain. Oh, right. Now that weapon is much better now. Right, now I have amazing gold, so I'm going to go back and grab myself a capacity upgrade for my grenades. Sounds like a smart plan. This game isn't too bad so far, honestly. It's pretty solid for what it is. I mean, what else do you really want from a zombie-based twin-stick shooter, I suppose? Having upgrades is good. Having an economy system is good. The weapons are fairly satisfying to use. Admittedly, I would actually like more than one of them. There is a weapon switch system, so you can carry multiple types of weapons. A shotgun right now would be kind of cool. Don't know where I'd find one of those, but yeah, this gun is much better now. Holy Christ, this should make this much easier. Look at that. A much better weapon. Really, it does seem to take an awful lot of bullets to down a zombie, but it is a zombie. That's to be expected. There we go. Much better. I mean, graphically, this game is not exactly anything special. It's not really high up the priority list for an indie-developed title, honestly. It is functional, though. I don't think... There's no real point in this game that I'm turning around and saying, well, you know what? I really wish it had better graphics right now. I don't think the game would really benefit from that. In fact, the dark and sort of crummy textures do sort of add to the atmosphere just a little bit. And that's suitable. I mean, hell, this actually looks about the same as Dead Nation does. And Dead Nation was a fully financed PSN game. So I'm going to have to grenade. And it won't let me use my grenade. I'm using control and it won't let me use it. That's kind of sucks and I may end up dying here. Oh, my kingdom for regenerating health. It made the game a lot... Ah! Kids, run away. God damn, that's a lot of freaking zombies and so many bullets required to actually kill them. At least there's this big score multiplier. I'm earning huge amounts of cash from just taking down this particular zombie horde. There we go, see? Big multipliers. Big money. Big money. Please die. There we go. Ah, it's not too shabby. Not too shabby whatsoever. I think this is going to multiply the fun quite significantly by going to a co-op mode. I mean, like I say, you've got this two-player co-op. Far as I can tell, you can actually play that online. I will check after we're done with this session to see if it does have some online play. It does also have online leaderboards. I think if it's only local co-op, then that's going to hamstring the game quite a lot. I'm a supporter of local co-op, but a lot of people that have PCs want to play multiplayer, and they want to do so online, not locally. It's just more convenient. I mean, if I say want to sit down and like, you know what, I would really like to play some Dead Horde, and I can't play Dead Horde because I just don't happen to have my friends around at the time, then that's a problem. Something to consider. But we will find out after this. It's always difficult to tell, because Steam will often say, it's got co-op. But the question is, what kind of co-op? Is it local? Is it multiplayer? Who knows? Ah, handy-dandy medkit. Nothing wrong with that. Again, the grenade doesn't seem to work. I mean, I'm really not sure. Perhaps I should be pressing something else. Oh, okay, it's right-click. Never mind. There we go, then. I guess I didn't need that anyway. Right-click fires the grenade. Control, I assume, maybe swaps between weapon sets or something for specials. I would like some more music, I think. We had some music, but there is very, very little of it. There's not enough ambience in the game. Okay, checkpoint right. Oh, you can't do that, because, like, hey, there's a weapon shop. No, psych, we're covered in zombies. And hey, there's a little bit of extra right here. I think we want to fill up that. There we go. Let's take 2 grenades. And I can increase my... Should I increase my damage on my clip size? I think actually the clip size is the worst thing at the minute. So add +8 to that. That'll make me feel much better. Please don't eat me while I'm shopping. It's very inconsiderate. Yeah, the clip size is the biggest deal because the reload time on this weapon is so high. So, hey, let's upgrade the clip size. It only upgraded by 3 bullets. That's awful. Good lord. That cost me 25,000 gold pieces. I must kill more zombies for more gold pieces. I don't seem to be seeing any secrets around the place. Maybe I'm just not looking hard enough. It would be kind of nice to maybe see some different weapons and things like that. Now that I'm this far into the game, I would have thought maybe there would have been some different weapons. But now we get to try out the vehicles. So here we go. Okay, this appears to have some kind of machine gun. And more machine guns. Very helpful. I think this car actually has miniguns on it. Is that another vehicle I can enter? Oh, I can't get out of this one, actually. No, there we go. Okay. Can we try... Oh, you can actually pick your vehicle. That's pretty cool. So that's got a big machine gun on it and basically nothing else. I'm going to go with the car with the miniguns on it. I'm a much bigger fan of that one, so here we go. Driving mechanics are actually alright. It's... I like that. That is really neat. Oh, that's very, very noisy as well. Good lord. So, yeah, vehicles are massively OP, but they handle really nicely. They feel really cool. I like that. Oh, I wish it... I don't know why it's so loud doing damage in this thing, but hey, there you go. Oh, ow. I'm now deafened. Thank you. I am stuck on this metal thing. But yeah, I like the way the vehicles handle. I really, really do. I'm a fan of it. They skid all over the place in a generally chaotic manner. I am so deaf. Oh, that's the worst thing. That is actually the worst thing about this, in fact. I mean, the fact that you get deafened while annihilating zombies if you run over them. So I suppose I'm going to have to try and gun down as many as possible, otherwise I will not have any ears left. And now, the economy of the game now appears to have broken, because I've almost earned 100,000 just driving around like a jackass. I wonder if I can keep doing that, or... Yeah, I have a huge score multiplier. That's probably why I assume this gate doesn't open until I've annihilated every last zombie with my... Buggy of Doom. It's a fun Buggy of Doom, but please don't deafen me when I use it. Okay, are there any more zombies to kill? It'd be nice if there was maybe an indicator as to where the zombies actually were, because it's a little annoying to have to drive around the edge of the level looking for this one stray zombie that I've somehow missed. Doesn't look like the vehicle can take any real damage, so vehicle sections are free kills, from what I can tell. Okay, drive up here. Okay, it looks like I'm going to have to get out of this thing. That is disappointing, to say the least. Oh god, I found... Ah! For Jesus Christ! I found some friends by the looks of it. Grenade! There we go. Less of you left this time to bother me. Thank you very much. But yeah, the upgrades do go up in price exponentially, so I can hardly blame the game for giving you these sections where you can farm absurd amounts of stuff. That only gives you 2 extra bullets, so let's upgrade the damage, I think. We're going to do that twice. And fire frequency... Yeah, why not? There we go. Sounds good. I'm all for that. Alright, now we can head through here, and these annoying roadblocks not really sure why you'd have some kind of military setup where you can't get military vehicles in, where they're obviously so incredibly powerful. It's alright, we don't need the big armored car that is immune to zombies and has miniguns on the side of it, because we have an M4 that has 24 bullets in it and an incredibly long reload timer. You can drive a forklift? Oh, what? Am I shooting out this? Why does this forklift have a gun on the side of it? I have no idea, but it looks like the forklift might actually... No, it's not immune to zombies, but you take a very small amount of damage. Some inexplicable reason it only fires backwards, I don't know, but hey, I can run over zombies in a forklift, and that's actually a fairly unique feature of any game. Will you stop blowing up my forklift? Lord. I don't know what they were thinking with the weapon handling on this forklift. It's awful. My forklift is having a heart attack. God. Single bloody zombie. Right. Are we done with that? Yes, it looks like we are. Okay, so we have a very small amount of regenerating health. All is good. Right. Okay. It said something about pressing up and down to control. This is kind of cool. So it's actually Forklift Truck Simulator mixed with a zombie apocalypse. How wonderful. This game is actually really good. I'm kind of happy with it. Okay, now I actually can get out of it and get under that. Well, that's kind of neat. I did not expect that. That is a cool little section. That's well designed. Oh god, I'm being covered in zombies. Now it's time to leave. Oh, please reload faster before I get mauled by zombie dog. Please reload faster. Overall, I'm actually having a lot of fun with this. I think that the co-op could be really good. So apparently you can co-op with the vehicles as well, so that sounds like a pretty solid setup. So regards to how much this game is, well, it's £8. I think it's about $15, if I recall correctly. I don't know the exact dollar amount because I'm in the UK. I can always check afterwards. I'll stick it on the Steam information under the video in the description link. Can I blow up this explosive thing? I am disappointed. It does not explode. Oh well. As regards to how incredibly boring this game could have been, I think they've done a pretty stellar job of making sure that it's, well, not. You know, it's a really generic concept, and a lot of companies screw it up. It's like, hey, zombie game. Everyone loves zombie games, right? Probably not. Not anymore. I mean, zombie games are the most passé thing I can possibly think of, aside from slight future tech warfare games with persistent upgrade systems and level ups and... Yeah, let's just call it Call of Duty, let's be honest. Let's just call it what it is and not beat around the bush. Zombie games are incredibly generic in that regard as well, but this is really solid for what it is, honestly. I'm very surprised, having played some very bad zombie games. I mean... Dead Meets Lead is a prime example of a game that did this horribly wrong. This is doing it really, really well, actually. That's kind of surprising. I suppose it's nice that DNS Development does have quite a lot of experience in either developing or porting games, so this is not their first effort. And I think it looks like they've learned quite a bit from that. So, hey, more power to them as far as I'm concerned. More freaking power to them. Okay, I think there are still a couple of things I would like. I mean, yes, it's nice that I'm upgrading my assault rifle over and over again, but really now this is kind of the point of the game where I would expect at least another weapon, like a magnum or a shotgun or even a couple of Uzis, just something like that. Using the same gun for 20+ minutes is not amazingly interesting. I can understand that they'd want to pace the game to make sure you don't get weapons so fast, but... I'm trying to think of another shooter that made you stick with one weapon for so long, and I'm coming up fairly short in terms of these dual stickers, so... Knowing my luck, I'm going to conclude the video, and I'm going to suddenly find out that actually they were about to give me a brand new weapon, and everything was about to get even more exciting as a result of that. What is this all about? E to use this item. Okay. I switched something on, and absolutely nothing has happened. That's wonderful. I assume that there's something going on somewhere else. Still no new weapons. Interesting. Flamethrowers, grenade launchers, a rocket launcher, some kind of minigun. All of these are probably in the game, but very much gated, so we are not getting those just yet. I'll play through a little bit more, see if we get a new weapon. That would be kind of neat, and then I can come to a conclusion on this particular title, which, for the most part, has actually been really fun thus far, and it's difficult to fault it on that basis. I think it took a very simple concept, and it did it pretty damn well. It's possible that they've been hiding the weapons, and I haven't been looking around enough. It's also kind of neat that some of these areas are quite open. I think there's a lot of opportunities for hiding power-ups and items and things like that in here. It is obviously linear, but it's not linear in the worst way. You've got to really have a game like this to be linear. I don't know, I mean, maybe I can think of a way that you could design a game like this that isn't linear, but I don't think it would be set up in this particular fashion. Now, where exactly am I going? I don't think this game has a map screen, if I recall correctly. I will have a quick look on the controls. There you go. Space. No, but it does have built-in push-to-talk, which, of course, means that it has online multiplayer. Good. Very, very cool indeed. Go reach checkpoint. I thought I went this way. It's actually kind of easy to get disorientated. That's probably just my fault, though, in terms of me not being able to navigate properly in game worlds, as opposed to any fault on the game spot. Let us back off from that. I've got to say, while the roll is really handy, you do tend to find these situations where you're desperately waiting for the roll, and then you end up aggroing more, and you realize that you haven't got any grenades. Ah! Bollocks, why are there so many zombies, and why does it take so long to bloody kill them? Oh, of all the things they could have given me, this stupid bloody assault rifle does nothing. And moving around trying to find defenses or something like that isn't working at all. We shall funnel them into the pass we call the hot gates. There we go. To slightly slow down their progress. And then strafe around them in a strange fashion. Everyone knows the best way to deal with zombies is strafing. Of course. Old school shooter techniques learned from many years of Doom and Quake. Primarily Quake. Sometimes Doom. Mostly Quake. Alright, that's that dealt with, and still no new weapon in sight, which I have to say is a tad concerning. I think that's extra grenades. It is. Oh, what a perfect time to give them to me. Die! There we go. Once again, this weird game freeze going on. It happens every now and again. I assume maybe it's just a little bit of a problem with the engine. It's not a huge deal. If it were to kind of happen in the middle of a very large engagement, I could see it being a bit of a pain, but it has only happened a couple of times. It could also be something to do with fraps. Fraps, every now and again, has a tendency to do crazy things in that regard. Right, well, these levels are very, very large, and I think we're pretty much done with this for the time being. As I said, there is a co-op mode, which, to me, seems like it would make the game much more enjoyable. But as it stands, there isn't an awful lot wrong with it. Ah, it's got local and online. You see, that's kind of neat. I like that an awful lot. You can also set up a single mission. That's how many missions it's got by the looks of it. Factory, depot, village, harbour, town, airport, highway, military base, and junkyard. And I have a feeling that these seem to go on for quite some time. I mean, I'm not even through factory yet, and I've been playing for a good solid 25 minutes, so it seems like there's a reasonable amount of content available there, and it's not actually a very expensive game either. So I think all credit to DNS, really. They've made a reasonably enjoyable twin-stick shooter. If you're not completely sick of zombies and you're looking for something that's a little bit of fun to play in co-op, and you have either no interest in Nation Red or have already played the hell out of Nation Red, then this could really scratch your itch, I think. If you're looking for something that's perhaps more exploration-based and less arena-based, that's the one fault that I'd really put in terms of Nation Red. Nation Red is very much an arena game. It's a deathmatch game against zombies. It's about survival. Whereas Dead Horde, you are going through levels and you're trying to find things and you're dealing with ever-changing environments. So it's a different kind of game to Nation Red, even if the principles are fairly similar. And it's really kind of solid. It's not an original concept. If you're looking for something new, then you're not going to find it here. It has some kind of neat sections. I think the vehicles really do add quite a lot to it. But aside from that, it's a fairly generic zombie shooter twin stick. But it does so competently, and I can only applaud it for that. So there you go. It's available on Steam right now. It costs £8, around $15, I believe. There's also a 2-pack option, which gives you a significant saving. So you get 2 copies of the game, and you can distribute the second one to a friend of your choice to play. So not too shabby at all, really. Go and have a look at it. Dead Horde, available on Steam right now. My name is TotalBiscuit, and I will see you next time.